Hello. 8 weeks ago, I had my stomach removed because I had stomach cancer. I asked all of you, the incredible community, if you had any questions for me because, not having a stomach is kind of a big deal. So let's answer some questions. Can you still burp without a stomach? Absolutely. Burping and drinking water were the two things that I was scared about losing the most, and I'm so happy I can still do both. I don't understand how you can live without a stomach. Where does food go? So now I just chew a lot more and swallow it, and it goes straight down into my intestines. And that's why I have to chew a lot more and make it a lot tinier, because if I don't make it really tiny and if I don't make it like the consistency of applesauce and no taste, it might get stuck in my intestines, but it just goes straight down and then starts to loop back and forth. So yeah, that's where my food goes. Straight to the intestines, baby. Do you count chews? I do not count chews. I mostly just pay attention to what it feels like inside my mouth before I swallow it. And that way I sort of know that it's in a good place where I probably won't have any pain inside my intestines. Do you feel hungry and full like you used to? No. Somebody asked me recently, do you feel satisfied? And my response to that is similar to this one, which is I don't feel satisfied because I don't feel hunger. The most I know that I'm hungry and my body needs nutrients is when I get really mad and oopsie, I should have been eating more all day. Are you able to eat yet without having to think in great detail before taking a bite? Yeah, no, not really, Rabbi. For anyone wondering, that was the rabbi that came to see me after my surgery, so thanks, Rabbi. I know that I can take a big enough bite that I can chew it all, swallow it in a certain way that feels normal to before surgery. It's still a pretty big thought when I do take a bite. How much weight have you lost? I went into surgery at 200 pounds, and then I came out of the hospital at 183. So I lost 17 pounds, and then I went for my 3-week checkup, and I had gained 4 pounds, which was crazy to the surgeon. She had never seen anything like that before. It's actually been a pretty incredible weight journey, and I've been incredibly lucky that I can keep down food, ingest calories, process calories. The whole system just kind of works. So I feel pretty great about the weight loss journey. CDH1 mutation holder here, also City of Hope patient. Shout out City of Hope. Have you worked with a nutritionist? Worked with a nutritionist. I worked with actually 2 different nutritionists. The one at City of Hope was incredible. The nutritionist that I worked with before was still kind of hung up on the gastric bypass of it all, but I don't have a stomach, so there's no gastric bypass. It's just literally no stomach. There isn't any day-to-day plan that the nutritionist is giving me. It's more of just these are the things that you should probably stay away from. These are the things that you should probably try to eat most of to get the most bang for your buck out of every bite. So definitely use the City of Hope nutritionists if you can. I hope you're okay with that CDH1 mutation. It's a big thing to take on. So all the best to you. Good luck. How's your wife and children adjusting to this new challenging medical reality? My wife is an absolute rock star, and my toddler does not give a flying factory. My wife has been incredible. She's kept me alive, truly. And the new reality is existing. So there's no other choice besides this new reality. So we've adapted, and it's been pretty incredible to see us all sort of just get used to the new normal. How are you spending time with your toddler, but still taking care of your incisions? This is something that I thought a lot about before my surgery, and I was no one's talking about how to deal with a toddler after a massive surgery. This is incredible and difficult, and I don't know how to do it. So really, we had a lot of help. We had a lot of friends come through to just sort of hang out with my daughter as much as possible until my daughter got kind of annoyed with it. And then we had to spend time with her alone, and just too many people in the house coming through, in and out, in and out, in and out. But the friends that helped me were incredible. The family that helped me was incredible. And, but mostly it was I had to tell her that I couldn't pick her up, right? I had to tell her that, give me a hug, and, we couldn't play as much as we wanted to. But, now about 8 weeks out, I'm totally back to normal with her. We were just playing and having fun yesterday on the couch, and it feels incredible. I'm lifting her up again. It's the best. I shouldn't have lifted her up as soon as I did 5 weeks ago, but Yeah, having a toddler is really hard for so many reasons. But once you get past the incision pain, you can really just, in my opinion, go back to normal. So it's been a lot of fun. I love my daughter so much. Why couldn't you go through chemo to remove your cancer? Why such an extreme start? The reason why we went with complete stomach removal was because it's such an early stage that actually chemo isn't needed. Chemo is more for like lymphatic spread and reducing the size of a tumor, but I didn't have a tumor. I just had 1.7 millimeter wide cancerous lesion inside my stomach. The biggest reason why we had to take out the whole stomach was because my type of cancer was hereditary diffuse gastric cancer, and that meant that it's not in a single location or anything like that. So if we had left the stomach in longer, the likelihood of it spreading and encasing my entire stomach and spreading to my entire lymphatic system was pretty high. So just take out the whole stomach. And since it wasn't in my lymph nodes, or at least localized lymph nodes, that means that I didn't need chemo, and my staging was very low, and that's why we took out the whole stomach and no chemo. Somebody asked me if I'm a superhero. No, I'm not a superhero now, but it feels like I am sometimes. Thank you so much for asking these questions. I'm happy to answer more, and I'm doing good, y'all. I'm doing really, really good. I feel very lucky and blessed. Bye.